Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. This is going to be an unboxing video. The Amiga 600 I ordered from the UK actually came in earlier than I thought. Before I do this, so let me show you this. This is the disk drive that I modded. You might not be able to see there, but remember I put if you watch my video on the modding the Alps drive for the Amiga 600, I put a switch here where the switch is down. It's for the QL and up it's for the Amiga. So I just wanted to show you that it actually works for the QL. So I've got an old Hermes disk in here. So when I stick it in, just type dir FLP1. So if you watched my DOSember video about the QL running MS-DOS, you may have noted that I always had to do FLP2 because they couldn't see this drive as FLP1 just using a straight through cable. So this is a kind of a fancy cable that I use for my dual floppy, and I did another video on that. Sort of a combo floppy that has a 5 1/4 and a 3 1/2. That's what this is, and this also has the twist in it. And then this is just a straight through cable. And when I was using a straight through cable, I was getting FLP2, and the reason why is that drive select on this disk is drive select 1, and I need a drive select 0, and then you can do a Sugar cable twist to get drive select 0. But since I had to mod this for the Amiga 600, I added a switch to where if I so the Amiga 600 wants DS0 also. So when I have the switch down, it's the original Alps Floppy except with the solder blob now on DS0 instead of DS1. So it uses drive select 0 as the default. And when I switch it up, it's drive select 0, but this time it's flipped a few wires, so this will work inside the Amiga 600. So this is a dual drive, but in any case, you can see that this drive now works properly for my QL, and I will then also mount this. This will be mounted more permanently in my Amiga 600, but if I need a drive for the QL, and I don't use a drive very often on the QL, it's not as necessary because the QL actually came with it came with these micro cartridges. So that's the QL's default media, whereas the Amiga, its default media was actually floppy. So we're going to keep this in the Amiga 600. But if I ever need to use it, again, if I want to play around more with my DOS emulator, which needs a DOS disk, I can just pop this easily out of the Amiga 600, flip the switch from up to bottom, and that'll just reset this Alps to a plain old PC drive, but with drive select 0 instead of drive select 1, which is true for both the Amiga configuration and the QL configuration. Okay, so now let's go do some unboxing with my Amiga 600 and show you quickly what it looks like. All right, here's the package. So it feels like it should open on the sides here and up here. So I'm going to just there we go. So I'm gonna guess that it feels like it's going to it's like it's not even sure that it's doing anything. Looks like it's glued down here too, so it's going to take a little bit more. So let me actually yeah, so it looks like there's a flap here, but it's glued down, so I might have to pick this off the table and give it more try. So let me come back for that. All right, we're back. So yeah, it took some doing here. It was definitely well packed, and you can see that there's a box within a box. Oh, it's actually just cardboard. Yep. And then you've got sort of a top to that. And top to that. And here she is, the Amiga 600. rest is just cardboard. So now we have another, wow. Interesting that, you know, they put fragile on the inside of it. I mean, I know what it is, so I don't need to be told it's fragile, but, alright, let's start, see if we can't open it up. There we go. Maybe I can just sort of slide it out from one end. That would be ideal. Oh, yeah. There it is. Oh, we actually have. Okay. So we are going to have to unbubble the bubble wrap. There we go. There we go. And we're going to have to do a little bit of there's the machine. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it out, unfortunately. This is too well wrapped. But we can just keep cutting at this. There you go. Oh, there's still one big piece of tape here. Here we go. There we go. The trick is just to rip the bubble wrap. There we go. Oh yeah, the keyboard's actually not even in there. Kind of pushed down. Here she is. Came out of its. Well, before we open her up, definitely. Let's see what this looks like in the inside. So this. Yeah. Okay. I did see that. Probably want to open up the ribbon cable. So I'm just going to place this here and there is the, there we go. I can kind of put this to the side for now. Let's look at this guy right here. So this keyboard popped out. Looks like the tabs are okay. Now the question is, since I do need to work on the keyboard, there we go. Yep, definitely has a very smoky smell. So this might actually just be nicotine, not yellowing. Alright, so let's look at the case. I'm going to take a look at it closely before showing it to you guys. So you can see that that needs to be soldered back on. Not a big deal. The case itself, some scuff marks. Can use a little bit of cleaning. But no, nothing majorly broken on it. So that's good news. Just dirty, but no real scuff marks. Alright, let me put that down for a sec. Again, the keyboard. Let's look at the membrane on that. So, the one concern I have is I see a little bit of a kink right there, but hopefully that's minor and is not impacting the keyboard membrane. It looks like it's intact, but something got jammed. Yep. So again, if I were to you can see the kink right there. Hopefully that isn't going to bother anything. Just needs cleaning, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So that's the only concern right here. Because if it kinks, we've lost it, but it looks okay. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be the troubling spot. I'll have to look at it under a microscope, sorry. Yeah, you can see really here the kink spot. But I don't see a break in that, so that hopefully will locked out. Alright, so that's the keyboard. It smells a wee bit feels okay. So hopefully that works. Let me take this off here for a second. Now let's look at the main board. So it doesn't have the shield on it anymore. These are there, those are gone, those are gone. So we still have half of the clips. So that's good. I mean, not much you can do about losing those two. And then these clips are also gone. But shouldn't really impact it too much. You got a screw here. And then, yeah, nothing here. So, but these are solid, so you get at least two out of the... It would be nice if this were still here because I have a screw here, so that one's not as important. But you got the middle ones at least. Let me take a close look at the board now, so it's going to be off camera. Hard to tell whether or not there's any corrosion. I mean, there's not any direct corrosion, but you know, again, I'm going to take it off camera for a second. Well, it definitely needs a good cleaning. It's also very oily on this coil here, so I don't know what's going on here. Like I said, it doesn't have the shield, but board needs lots of TLC and cleaning. It did work, you know, they did show a picture of it. The through caps look okay. It's, you know, it's hard to tell any place else what they look like or not. Like I said, I knew these pins were kind of bent. So the case isn't horrible. Like I said, these pins are gone, but they're not necessary. We've got two good clips here. Unfortunately, these have been taken out. It's going to be really hard to find it in perfect condition. It looks like it was definitely a smoker, but yeah, so we've got that without the keyboard. That's the cover. It does seem to close pretty well, so that's good. And you're going to have 3 screws here, here, and here. So I don't think this is going to pop open. So that's good. Case isn't in bad shape. It's not too yellow. We'll give it a good cleaning. And then the keyboard, like I said, the cable has a little kink in it, but it looks like it's okay. The keys feel good. They're yellow, but what I don't know is if the keys are, I mean, they smell of smoke, so I don't know if it's nicotine yellowing or if it's just yellowing. So that's something to take a look at as well. I mean, it does look like, yeah, might have to do my first retro brighting on this. But what I want to do before I do that is just clean it up and then see if I can actually get it to boot up. So I need to get a power supply. Now I found one for $45 professionally made, and I was gonna make my own, but then that's a pretty good price, so I might in the end just go and buy that. It's a nice light gray looking one from Kellogg, I think is the company, so I might do that. But first I want to make sure that, so the keyboard sort of clips in, but how does it so I guess is it only the feels like the only place it clips into this is you have this plastic bar here, and then you have these two clips here. They're in good shape, so that's good news. And I guess that holds the keyboard in, so we're gonna have to, 3 of these wires are out, so kind of think I know how they go. I might lengthen this since I'm here already, just to give it a little bit more length. Yeah, you can see that there are holes for clips here and here, and the clips are gone on this bottom case. But it's still in pretty good shape considering. I didn't know what I was going to get. It doesn't have that, right, so a lot of times on these cases, one of the problems you end up having is that a screw hole pokes through here because somebody went with a tube. So it doesn't have that. And it doesn't have too many scuffs, so I think this can end up being in pretty good shape. I don't think it's not yellow or too yellow, so I think it's going to be fine with regard to retro brighting. I'm just going to have to find the right screws for it. But yeah, I think it'll look good. Like I said, it does clip in this way. And this does lift up the back of the case, so it's not, yeah, actually I should look at the back of the case. So let me, what do we got underneath? So we have this trap door. Looks like it can come out. I think these get poked through first. Well, I'm going to leave it in for now. But yeah, one of the things I need to do next is give this a good cleaning. Just a wash. I guess, let's see if I can't take the motherboard out. Oh. So I think this is the thing that needs to get popped out. Okay, those are out. I don't think there's a screw in here, so that these should just poke out here. Yep. I don't see any, there you go. All right, so the motherboard came out pretty easily. I guess it's just not screwed down. So I'm looking at the back of the case. Obviously it's been opened up. It has the original yeah, it's not going to be very clear here. Let me try something. So it has the original feet. Serial number 133,577, made in Hong Kong. Attempted to repair, blah, blah, blah. Commodore A600, yep. I assume this is well, this came from England, so it's got to be a PAL version. All right. And then the motherboard. Well, the case it's not going to come out of its shell right now because the things on the back are actually still connected, so these aren't going to come out, but yep. So, you know, from an angle, this looks actually pretty nice. I don't see any corrosion on there. This is a June bug. Oops, let me. So this is a June bug revision 1.5. Yeah, just lots of dust bunnies. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I have the drive for it. It did. The seller did say it worked, so it should at least do that. But yeah, so the next step will be for me to wash it. But just wanted to unbox it and show it. But I'll need to get a power supply, and I have one that I can order. And need to get well, I have a disk drive, and so yeah, once I get that, I should be able to boot it, and I'll try to clean it. I've never done retro brighting, so I kind of want to see if I can't figure out first before I damage the keyboard, if I can do anything on a test basis before I try that. But so that'll be interesting to do retro brighting. Obviously on the QL it's all black, so you don't have to do it. But still, I like the size of it. And so far I don't see anything majorly wrong with it. It'll need to get recapped, which I'll have to do as well. But for now, this is my Amiga 600 that I ordered from the UK. I think it's a PAL version. And yeah, I'll have fun playing with it. My new Amiga 600. So finally, the machine that I wanted. Let's hope I can get it to work. All right, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you